Welcome back to the morning show. It's 7:25. It's Wise Guy Wednesday. My last Wise Guy Wednesday, being as I'm leaving the morning show starting next Monday to go to Nightside. So Matt's let me pick what we were going to do today. You knew I'd pick liquid nitrogen. So in our last segment, we talked about the cold, the temperatures, what it does to solid objects and balloons and stuff. And now we've just got fun.
Now we're going to have some fun. There's actually science in this fun, too. Okay. Because what we saw last time was that the liquid takes up a lot less space than the gas.
Right.
About 1,000 times less, actually. And so that means that if you take the liquid nitrogen and you pour it into some water, what happens is that little bit of liquid becomes a lot of gas. It's like blowing air into the liquid. So if you put some soap in that liquid first, it's kind of like blowing bubbles. Okay. So
here I tarp down, so we know this is going to be
a little bit of water here. I'm going to do the small version of this, then you're going to do the big version. A little bit of water with just a tiny bit of soap in there. You put a little liquid nitrogen in it, and you see it how it foams up. Okay. Yeah. This is the foamy stuff. Okay. Now,
is there a certain ratio of soap to one? Like
you don't want to have too much soap. So what we're going to do is, I have some water in this bucket. I have some soap here. I'm going to put just a little bit in. Okay. Now look over there for a second.
Okay. Why? What am I looking at?
All right. So, okay, that's fine.
So just a tiny bit of soap.
Just a tiny little bit of soap. And we just mix that up a little bit. So it's just soapy water in there right now. We're going to put that, now the tarp on the floor is probably your first clue?
Yes.
Okay, just pointing that out.
So what we're doing here is we're going to boil this liquid nitrogen and make it turn into air again.
Right, so what we're going to do is you are going to take this bucket, which is full of liquid nitrogen up to about the halfway point, and all at once you're going to dump it in there.
The whole thing?
The whole thing all at once. And you want to probably, no, wait.
Oh.
Okay, and you got to count to three. This is okay, it's all right. You do it now, but do it real fast.
Okay.
Okay, so on the count of three. One.
You tell me, so I do it immediately. I respond now.
No, one, two, three. Now, if you look down, you'll see your shoes are covered in soap, but that's probably okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
Now, now, when we do this, when I do this with my students, if you actually take the bucket and you throw it in there really hard, you can get the stuff to go way up in the air, but we figured probably shouldn't.
Well, we don't want to get on the lights.
Right, exactly. So I'm sorry about your shoes, by the way, but not that sorry.
They needed cleaned in. This is like a Hollywood special effect.
Yeah, isn't that neat? And so this is sort of like the big version of that volcano that the kids make when they're here with the baking soda.
You know what's cool? Right? The bubbles are frozen, too.
It's all good, clean fun, because it's soap and water, right?
Right.
Walk, walk. Okay, so anyways, this is kind of neat. So you're going to have to come back occasionally and do special appearances and do other fun things? How about that?
Hey, if you bring this stuff, I'll do it.
Okay, that's fun. I got a whole bunch more that you can take home with you.
Okay, so the principle here was the liquid nitrogen, which is liquid, essentially the air that we breathe.
Right.
Get the warmer water.
And it boils at minus 320. Okay. The water that was in this bucket was room temperature, and so this stuff was warm enough to make the liquid nitrogen boil very, very violently. The fact that there was soap in the water means that all that boiling, expanding gas is blew bubbles as it expanded. So it's very, very simple, but lots of neat things.
They really need to sell this stuff at the stores.
Oh, yeah, well.
Cool. So Matt's selling. He's our wise guy. If you've got a question for Matt or something you'd like to see him demonstrate on the air, you can contact him through the morning show at wcia.com, or he's got his own website.
wiseguy.net.
There you go. We're back with more in just a minute.